Hello YouTube! Finally, I have my second part of my Venice Let's Play up for you guys. I do apologize for it being a little late, but I'll get into that why in a minute. Let's start right off with the action here. Last time I have been able to get the Pope to call a very early crusade for me, and now I am in the process of joining that crusade. I have been building up my armed forces for a while, and with the help of some mercenaries, here I have my 10 units. And have some, those two are crusading units, very cheap and very durable. As you can see right now, the crusading armies have 0 upkeep, and they have a lot of movement points. So this is very helpful for early aggression, which is more or less a staple of my playstyle. Here, same thing. I have 10. I have been able to build up a stack of 10 units, at which point I am able to join the crusade and eliminate my upkeep costs for that specific army. And yeah, so here, same thing. This is the 3rd crusading stack I've been able to get out, and I will be able to, you know, blitzkrieg the map with these stacks. Of course, desertions might be a problem. Not every one of my armies is heading directly for Antioch, which is the town which is being crusaded. But I think the rewards are worth the costs. A couple of troops here and there shouldn't be too much of a deal. By crusading, I'll be rich enough to replace them, and by taking out a couple of my very near neighbors, such as Milan and Hungary, I think it will be more than worth the lives of my men. Well, actually, they won't die, they'll just desert me, so not really the lives, but my men. Okay, so the crusade, usually I think the crusading stacks will begin to desert you if they haven't made enough progress to the city of target. So if I march in the general direction of Antioch, I should be fine. But if I don't, that's when the desertions come in. So I'll have to watch out for that. Also, there's a problem of crusading against Catholic factions, but I found a way around that. Normally, is that you can't directly attack Catholic factions. So here, you see, I am the only faction that joined the crusade so far. And let's take a look at my military graph relative to everyone else's. You can see the red line at the very top. That is me, and I would not be able to be there without my crusade. And my economy, if I built this army normally, my economy would be in the crapper right now. So before I attack Milan, I'm gonna get them to give me some money, and since I'll just ask for enough money so that the trade is balanced. At which point I get a bunch of money and a couple more units from completing that mission. Like I said earlier, the trick to attack Catholic factions with your crusading armies, which normally the computer won't let you do, is what I like to do is to decrusade my general, have him lead the crusade, have him lay siege to the city by himself, build a couple of ladders, just have my crusading stack hang out in the wings so that if the AI attacks my general, they will reinforce. That's the key here. When attacking Catholic factions, crusading stacks will reinforce, but they will reinforce your troops, but they won't attack actively. Meaning, if I attack with other troops, and they will automatically reinforce whether those troops are on the offense or defense. You'll see what I mean in a minute. If my explanation was not very clear. So to attack, of course, with ladders, you need some infantry. So either in Italy, I can build them in my towns, and otherwhere I'll have to recruit barbarians. Barbarians. I've played too much Rome. I mean mercenaries. Mercenaries to use the ladders. Make sure to decrusade your general first, so that the mercenaries you hire won't be crusading. In which case they won't want to attack. So here I've attacked the Byzantine Empire. What else to do with an army full of an army of many men? I'm not gonna just have them sit around and do nothing. Might as well attack something, right? And here I am building up the fourth and last crusading stack I will have for a while. It should be complete next turn. I think that's 5 units, and there's 4 units of mercenary available at Smyrna, so that brings my units up to 10. 5 plus 1, the general, and plus 4, that's 10, and I'll have another crusading stack. Durazo might rebel against me. I'll hope that those units of peasants will make it there in time. As for my economy, there's 2 factors really. I'm going to be building a lot of economic buildings, ports, farms, basically just economic buildings. I'm not too worried about military buildings and whatnot. And another thing, whenever I take a city, I will be sacking that city. Sacking provides you with a lot of gold in this game, and that I think is very good. Between those 2 things, I will be able to keep my economy more than capable. In fact, I'll be running a surplus in a couple of turns if I if my past experience is any indication. So here, I am doing that same trick I did last time, whereas I'm just gonna have my general run like a marathon around the city with the enemy troops chasing him. Once they're sufficiently tired, I will be able to win the ensuing engagement. The reason for that being is those troops will tire a lot faster than my general. My general can also, because my general is on horses, he can run and walk whilst and still stay ahead. I mean, alternating between running and walking and still stay ahead, whilst those troops will have to run the whole time to keep up with them. By the time I begin my engagement, my general will still be fresh, whereas those troops will at the least be tired or maybe even exhausted. Here I was pressing some other keys, and unfortunately my general kind of got caught, kind of sloppy there, but I was able to salvage the situation. Yeah, so I know this video has been somewhat of a delay from the last one. I'm not gonna, well, I will actually make excuses actually. I am still in school. It's not over yet quite. It will be in like a couple of weeks. This is more or less crunch time for me, so the frequency of videos will not pick up until I am done, I would say. But I will be able to put out like 1 or 2 until then. And here I think that the time is right for the engagement. The charges in this game, of course, is devastating. Cavalry without charge is like a white man playing basketball. It just doesn't work. But with charge, however, that unit dies in like 2 seconds. And now it's routing. Another reason why I like to run so far out of the city and engage is that if the AI units can make it back to the town square, they stop routing, at which point they will be still counted by the AI as in contention. So basically, by fighting all the way out here, I make sure that they won't have enough time to get back to the town square, even if I have to route them sequentially, like so. Like I said earlier, this one is kind of sloppy, and yeah, but it'll do. Sorry about that. This will be the only battle in this video, though. So just a heads up. A lot of other commentators usually like to depend on their skill in battles and not and kind of overlook the campaign map. Not me. I'll talk more about that in a minute. I think here, talk of desertion. Basically, it's saying that those troops are no longer under the command of a crusading general and will desert you if they're not placed under the command of a crusading general next turn. Now, there's two pieces of information that are very important here. One is the obvious, of course, my troops are about to desert me. The other is that if they're placed under the command of a crusading general, they will not desert me next turn. That piece of information is I don't think the game designers intended it to be that way per se, but I don't know. But basically, if you follow the text directly, by placing that whole stack right there I have under the command of another crusading general, they will not desert me. Of course, at the time of playing this, I was not so certain about the fact that this would work, but now that after I've been went through it, I kind of know. So basically, if you repeat the process of leaving the crusade, waiting a turn, and then recrusading those troops, they will indefinitely be yours. They will not desert you under any circumstances. So, well, I don't really feel. Well, the game kind of said this will be the case, so you really shouldn't be surprised. Of course, I probably think they wouldn't have designed it this way if they knew, but it's fine. So I've taken him along with my giant crusading stack against like almost no defenses whatsoever. This is the case normally if you blitzkrieg this fast. The AI just simply does not know how to respond to attacks this fast. Basically, the point of blitzkrieg is to catch the opponent unaware, unable to respond to you in time, and the AI in this game cannot respond to blitzkriegs, and neither can the AI in the later games. For instance, Shogun. Say if you land an army in the back lines of your enemy in Shogun, basically more or less all of the towns they have in their back lines are garrisoned by like 1 or maybe 2 units. So you can roll up a lot of their territory really fast. This is something I doubt the AI will ever get accustomed to, but so it should be almost always exploitable. I have lost Arazo to a peasant rebellion. Kind of unfortunate. Sometimes these towns can stay on happenings for 3 turns, sometimes 2. Right there I got the 2, so GG to me, but I can just send some armies to retake it later. Not a huge deal, I would say. So here I am in the process of assembling my last crusading stack for a while. I will have, like I said, 6 units and of my own, and then 4 units of mercenaries, bringing the total up to 10, at which point I can crusade, eliminating the upkeep costs for all those troops, and allowing that army to very effectively to blitzkrieg. My targets, of course, are 45 settlements in the fastest amount of time as possible. To do that, I kind of need to take out Milan, which I will do, Hungary, the Eastern Roman Empire, Egypt, maybe Turkey, and probably Sicily, and that should bring me very close to my total. Like I said earlier about the battle map and the campaign map, most of the commentators I've seen on YouTube, they kind of overlooked the campaign map of the part of the game and focus mainly on their skill in battle. Don't get me wrong, that's a very viable way to play. But I like to take advantage of every single possible advantage given to me, and win as decisively as possible. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. Like I said here, last term I moved my my priest to Milan just basically to act as a spy. If you recall, my spy died 5 seconds into my first video. Kind of shameful, but I am building up more armies in Italy. I have a couple of my family tree here for this game has a couple of kids growing up, so yeah, and they probably spawn in Italy, so I need to build up armies so that as soon as they spawn, I can get together crusading stacks and send them somewhere. Poland has come to trade with me, and I will extort them. Keep in mind though that the AIs start with about 5,000 denarii, I think. I don't know if they're still called denarii in this game. I know they're called denarii in Rome. Florins, there we go. So the AI starts with about 5,000 florins, and if you can extort them for 2,000, they're going to be significantly set back. They won't be able to build a lot of economy buildings, and their armies will be significantly smaller, making my job a lot easier. Plus, they gave me that $2,000 to work with. I will be able to make that $2,000 into very good use. The Pope is kind of upset with me for good reasons, but But I think I still have quite a bit of Jesus points left with the Pope. What I refer to as Jesus points is the number of crosses you have on the Pope screen. And I kind of think my Jesus points as currency. For every 2 points, I think I can take a Catholic settlement without the Pope having to excommunicate me. I think at this point I have about 5 Jesus points left. About enough to take out Venice and Milan and Hungary, but afterwards I have to cease my war against the Catholic factions, or else I will be excommunicated. Here I see those Sicilian unit ships snooping around my lands. There's only one thing that, well, there's really only one thing that they would do there, which is to attack me. So I'll build up some units there for defensive purposes. I don't really like to do that, but I can't really attack them right now, so defense is the next best thing. I am nearing Antioch, but I will not take Antioch for a couple of turns. I'm gonna take advantage of the crusade while I've got it, and I'll end it when I have to, not before. So here I will attack Egypt as well. Like I said about the crusade, I mean the blitzkrieg. Here the AI, I think if I remember correctly, has like 1 unit within that city. Of course they're not expecting to be attacked there, and that's very reasonable. But well, yeah, I really don't see how the CA can get around that. Aside from giving the AI ungodly advantages. And that's the reason why I don't like to play on very hard for battles. It usually seems to me that instead of upping the AI's ability to outmaneuver and whatnot, they up the AI stats. I really don't like that. So, yeah. Here I have my crusading stacks stoop forward to take a look before I send in my general. I decided at this point that I could possibly win that, so I'll send in my general. Decrusade him first, of course, so that the unit of mercenaries I hire will not be crusading and unwilling to attack Christian factions. Sorry, I had a smoothie. It's pretty delicious. 5 Jesus points, so that's plenty enough to clean up Milan and Hungary. I'm gonna send my diplomat back to the Pope to bribe him and whatnot, so I can get a couple more Jesus points, and with that, I hopefully can attack Sicily soon. Here we are, attacking Milan. I think Milan sent its big stacks out on the first turn, so that they have not had enough time to make it back to defend their city yet, given how fast my attack has occurred. I've lost 1 Jesus point there, but that's fine. Well, 1 point for the destruction of Milan is more than worth it. Like I said earlier, economic buildings, and hires up some Italian militia. For those of you that don't know, Italian militia is the best militia early game, and that has a lot of synergy with my playstyle really. Another factor is that Venice has a very good late game army, but I probably won't reach late game for that to matter. But still, it's nice to know that it's something you have. So I'm building up all kinds of troops around Italy. Being claustrophobic, this is northern Italy, of course, is one of the more claustrophobic places on this map. But that has its advantages, of course. You can, if you build the place right, you can pretty much train up a full stack of 20 units every 2 turns. That's pretty godly late game. So, but I usually never get there. Of course, the attacks never stop. Here I'm taking Corsica and Sardinia. Yeah. Whenever that general was adopted, he was I think it was 30, a little old, but I'll take what I can get for now. Hopefully Smyrna and Corinth doesn't rebel against me. That will be very bad if they do. Of course, I do not presume to be perfect. If you see me doing something you would consider noobish, please point that out to me so that I will know. And if you have suggestions as to what can make my Like any sort of suggestions, really tactical, strategical, or if you want to criticize how I do things, please tell me. I welcome, of course, all suggestions. So here, my suspicions were more or less confirmed. My crusading stacks did not desert me, simply because, well, as the game intended, once they do not have a crusading general, after a turn, you get that message saying they will desert you if they're not placed under the command of a crusading general the turn after. So by fulfilling those the game's requirements, you get to keep those stacks. Yeah, so here this Sicilian army has landed. Seeing my defensive army has probably decided not to attack. Good thing I saw that. So here I'm a little worried about this, sieging Grant. A lot of horse archers in cities. That's in Rome, of course. That will be pretty easy, but in this game, let's just say that infantry in this game it's kind of retarded how they move and whatnot. Kind of slow. Takes a bit of time to respond to orders. Not the most efficient of at carrying out orders. So the blitzkrieg continues. I think that was Sardinia. Here's Corsica. No, Corsica, Sardinia. Whatever. They're islands in the Mediterranean. Not the most important things in the world. Of course, if I and here is the last island in the Mediterranean that is of any significance in this game. I will sack it, get a bunch of money, and continue the blitzkrieg. So basically, the campaign will look like this for a while. Yeah, and I do mean a while. I will roll up quite a bit of the map with this crusade. Afterwards, I think I will be very close to my goal of 45. I exterminated there because Egypt is Islamic and very far from my capital, of course. If I don't exterminate them, they will be very, very likely to rebel against me. So I would like to hold that city, so that's why I did it. Next turn, I should be able to recruit units out of Alexandria to keep itself happy, so my crusading stack can move forward. And I think this will be the... Yeah, so it turns out, though, that I could actually auto-resolve this battle for Bran, and that is what I did. So this is kind of bloody, but... and if I fight all my battles this way, my stacks will run out of gas eventually, but it should not be a huge deal as of now. This will be it for this one. I have expanded quite a lot. I do not have a lot of Jesus points left, so no more wars against Catholics. And I'll see about getting out the next video ASAP. I can't really make any promises though, so I have 15 settlements right now. It should not take too much longer. I will see you when I can.